Hello, my name is Michael Broom of the Center for Human Systems. You know, we've all been in difficult or tricky situations at work and in meetings where we wish we had done something different. Would you like to learn what makes it so difficult to behave in a more thoughtful and intentional way? Would you also like to learn the keys to consistently act in ways that will contribute to your success at work and in life? As an organizational psychologist and former psychotherapist, I've been studying for just about 40 years now, practical situations, not laboratory situations, the dynamics of why we stick with automatic dysfunctional reactions when a more thoughtful approach would be much more useful. And I want to share the insights and very practical tools that I've discovered with you in my Dragon Principles webinar series. Watching this short 8-minute video will give you a taste of how the Dragon Principles can help you be the success you wish to be at work and in your personal life. Our topic today is conscious use of self, which is about our ability to choose our responses to difficult situations with conscious intention rather than our automatic reactions. Typically, our automatic reactions are useful and just fine. They get us through our day with ease. We would never get through the day if we had to be consciously thoughtful about getting dressed, saying hi to our neighbors, and driving to work. It is in the difficult situations that we need to be conscious about what we do. Let me give you an example. I got a call several years ago from American University. They were asking me to do a conflict management course for the senior executives of the Federal Aviation Administration. And I was warned that this is the second time that they tried this, that the first facilitator or instructor they used got trashed by the group that they were leading, and they were hoping that the same thing wouldn't happen to me. So it was an interesting challenge. So that also helped me to be prepared. So, okay. So I said, yes, I would do it. And we're there on the first day. And as usual, I always do a check-in. There are about 23, 24 folks in the room. And we were doing a check-in. And we were about 2/3 the way around the room when one curmudgeonly-looking guy, of course that's my judgment, picks up the manuscript of my power book that I had pre-sent them as reading. He picks up my manuscript, slams it down on the table, and goes, "If this course is going to be about this bullshit, I'm out of here." And inside I went, oh shit. On the outside, what I said was, being conscious of my use of self, was, hey, that's okay, just be sure that you buy a copy when it comes out. And they all fell out laughing, except for the guy who slammed my manuscript on the table, of course. And if I hadn't done that, if I had gotten defensive, if I had gotten upset, if I had started really stuttering badly and acting like I didn't know what to do, I would have shown them that I was not strong enough to handle the challenge of working the conflicts of these very senior executives. You know, in 2020 hindsight, it actually made sense to me that they would challenge their facilitator that way, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And unfortunately for my colleague, he didn't pass. Fortunately for me, being conscious of my use of self and not on automatic, I did just fine. So that's a pretty good example of what I mean by conscious use of self. If you'd like to learn more about conscious use of self, if you would like the confidence and the clear sense of self that you need to negotiate difficult human interactions, then take my 8-part Dragon Principle webinar series. In each webinar, and it starts with conscious use of self, you will interact with me and fellow participants about how to manage yourself in ways that you can create the changes you want in the organizations and teams that you work with. Listen to what a couple of my former students have to say about the Dragon Principles programs. Jim Conlon is CEO of his own company, and Sue Lee Davis is COO of a major hospital center. They offer two different perspectives of what you can get from participating in my Dragon Principles programs.
Hi, my name is Jim Conlon. I'm a small business owner. I'm sharing my thoughts today about Michael and the Dragon Principles because I love that guy and his life's work. I've taken the program multiple times when it was known as the Triple Impact Program, and I've incorporated the concepts and language I learned into literally every facet of my life. Four things I'd want to know if I were you. The program is very empowering in that it provides the conditions for you to understand and improve your relationships, both professionally and personally. Second, it's a killer value. My academic background is in biology, so this was really my graduate degree in management at a fraction of the cost, a small fraction of the cost. People notice. Thirdly, I've gotten more and better feedback from the people I work with since I've taken the courses. And lastly, productivity, morale, and retention are all up. So much so that I actually pay for my managers to take the course themselves to really magnify the effect of the Dragon Principles throughout our organization. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee Davis. I'm an officer in the United States Army with a specialty in healthcare administration, and I've taken Michael's Dragon Principles, or what was called the Triple Impact Program, 3 times so far. I've read hundreds of leadership books and articles, but what made this program the most effective was it was experiential learning, where you sit in a room with other people and you practice the skills and you put them into action. For me, that made all the difference in the world, as I got immediate feedback as to what impact I was making, and that is just something you cannot get from reading a book or reading an article.
Want to find out more? Great. Then go to chumans.com/webinar. That's CHUMANS.com/webinar to find out more and to register for the first webinar, which is on conscious use of self, starting February 14th and ending on the 16th. That'll set you up beautifully for your Valentine's Day date. Bye now.